Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
And don't forget about Jaron Wheeler. He's here also. What's happening, fellas? It's Sunday.
Not a whole lot.
Cool.
I'll tell you what.
Huh?
Same old, same old.
Dan, what'd you say?
I was saying I just now started finding some pretty good mushrooms.
Oh,
There's a handful, maybe. I think maybe a total so far, like I think 11 or 12 of them.
Really?
And not maybe, maybe about like that, couple of smaller.
I want to
But-
do that. That's the least thing on my mind, and I'd like to do that. I'd like to just get up in the mountains, walk around, and
you'd probably
look for them.
I think the big yellows within the next week or two will really be popping. But I tell you what, I stopped by a gas station on the way back. I kind of had to go through Nashville, Indiana, where I'm going. Well, on the way back, I was getting close to almost being on empty. So I stopped at this pretty much the only gas station along that stretch between Columbus and Nashville. So I stopped in there and I go inside and I see this stuff. It's called, I don't know if you ever heard of it now. It's called Crazy Candy.
No.
And I ended up, and there's these right here.
Freeze-dried peach rings.
Freeze-dried rainbow bites. These are actually Skittles. And then they had taffy. So I got, and man, the taffy is absolutely amazing. I went through that bag real quick, but these are actually, because you can still see the S on the Skittles there.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
They're
And it's
freeze-dried.
freeze-dried. Oh my gosh, they are so good.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a very addictive drug.
I never heard of them. I never seen them. Never heard of them.
They look good.
They do actually.
Well, instead of driving all the way back there, it actually has a website called crazycandyfun.com. If anybody wants to know.
Crazycandyfun.com. Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm sure you can order them. And I promise you, the Skittles, I'd say the taffy. Because I guess they just take little pieces of taffy with freeze dries. It blows up pretty good sizes.
Uh-huh.
Gosh. It just, instead of chewing taffy where you're constantly chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing. Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. So Dennis has been on a candy hunt. Rich, what have you been doing?
Meat raffles.
Oh, well, of course. So how much more meat did you put in your fridge?
Oh, wow, we did good Friday night. I won 2 big bags of chicken wings. What else did I get? 5 pounds of bacon.
Oh, excuse me. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Big thing of pork chops. Let's see what else. Loose sausage, haddock, and sirloin steaks.
Do those guys ever cuss you out, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they get.
There we go.
Yeah, especially when my number gets called, I holler meat.
So they know whenever you holler that, that's you.
And stand up, get my ticket, and then go up front to the table and then get my meat, and then everybody looking at me, shaking their head. You again?
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing too.
I wish you would have your wife or someone video when they're doing a raffle, because I would love to see this. I keep hearing about it. But I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it would be nice to see it.
They would.
My friends, they're funny. They laugh and jerk around. Go get it. Come on. Hurry up.
Yeah, because you're always freaking winning.
I come back and they're like, you're always freaking winning. And then I won some money on a bowl, $200 on a bowl. And I had 2 holders. I had a holder on $1,000 bowl and it didn't hit. And I had another holder on $1,000 bowl, didn't hit. And then I had a holder on a $500 bowl, and I ended up going up to $250. but I didn't win the 500.
Hey, still.
Wow. You've won guns there too, haven't you?
Yeah, I won a pistol there like last year.
I think it was last year. Man, you just you need to go buy a lottery ticket, Rich.
I do, but we don't win crap on them. We do scratch offs, but the most I won was like $50.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, the meat raffles are coming to an end. I think next month is the last one till August or September. I think they start up again.
Right.
They're taking the summer off, And they'll fire them back up for fall.
Yeah, you got probably enough to last you the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
I got plenty of meat. I mean, I'm not hurting.
Between that and deer meat and
No, yeah.
Well,
I need to start doing some more. I did their venison bacon a couple weeks ago. I made that stuff is really good.
you know what else we need? Gold prices.
Yeah.
You're on gold price duty tonight.
any birthdays?
Not that I'm aware.
No,
That's what I know of.
I think it's your birthday, isn't it?
Whose?
Darren.
no, mine's in July. So gold we have at 1984 and 30 cents.
84.
Yep, it's down. Silver at 25.11, just holding that 25 barely.
Okay.
Platinum 1,120, down 4%.
Okay.
Palladium 1,530, down 2. And then rhodium at 7,000 even.
Yeah. In the
Drum roll for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
And Bitcoin's down a little today at $27,626.
Oh,
It
27.
dropped, didn't she? No.
Didn't hit my 30 mark.
No, it did.
That
It
was.
hit
like-
It did come back
You got
down.
Bitcoin too, Rich?
What?
You got Bitcoin too?
No. But I like to hear the prices.
Yeah, it's just.
I like rubbing it in on Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit 31. It hit 31 on Friday the 14th.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Oh, did it hit 31?
yeah, it was
Wow.
up good on Friday.
Well, I knew it was 30 last time.
I didn't realize it dropped down to 27.
Wow.
Hey, good Lord.
I took a heck of a hit then.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll bounce back.
Yeah, it's on the oversold side, so we probably see some upside here.
She's strong. She can recover.
Well, with the gold going up and down too, I mean,
I'm glad silver's still holding at 25.
yeah.
Barely.
What was it last year? It got up to what, 27 or 28
I can't remember.
last year?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
It
I
was
remember
up-
25 at one time, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's been up 25 in a while, though.
No.
Remember when it hit 50?
No.
Yeah, it was back in like 08.
I don't remember.
Can't even remember.
Oh yeah.
I sent our guest Shane the link, so we're waiting on him to join us, and we'll take off from there. So, Shane, if you're listening, the link is in your messenger. Click it and come on in.
Come on down.
Yeah, I answered him in YouTube. I told him we was just going to do the gold prices, and so I'm sure he's probably there. He is.
Yep, there he is. He's connecting to audio. I'll highlight him as soon as he gets in here. Ah, Lord have mercy. All right, Shane, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're hanging in there. Like,
I apologize if my camera's a little blurry or fuzzy there. My camera on my laptop is not working properly, so I had to dig out an old webcam out of the box.
that just looks a little smoky. That's all. It's all right. As long as we can, yeah. That's all that matters.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. This is actually quite an honor, to be honest with you.
Oh, really? And why is that?
Well, I mean, I look at some of your past guests, and I mean, they seem to have earned the recognition that they have, and I mean, I'm working my way up there, let's say.
Ah, well, hey, we all start somewhere, right?
Well, it's good to have you on.
Yeah,
Not-
absolutely.
Now comes the special part where I ask you, all right, now, how did you get started and how long have you been prospecting? What got you into it? All that good stuff.
I'd say it's been about 5 years now. I just, like a lot of people, just inspired by the shows. I've been watching Gold Rush for years, since the very beginning, and Yukon Gold, all these other gold shows, as many as I could find. And the one that really triggered it for me was called Devil's Canyon. It was just this one season.
Yeah.
It was filmed here by Discovery Channel. And when I looked at it on a map, I noticed it was close enough for me to get to from southern Alberta. So,
Right.
Without having to go all the way to the Yukon or anywhere else. And I just thought, man, this would be it. If this is meant for me, I'm just gonna put myself in it and see what happens. And my best friend came along with me, and we just drove here, and we got permission. The claim that's owned, the guy that owns Devil's Canyon, the claim itself, we had to get permission to be able to go there and whatnot. We did it all through the right channels.
Okay.
And then just kind of, as soon as I saw gold in the pan the first time, my buddy taught me how to pan right on the side of the canyon, and that was it for me. I was hooked.
And you were hooked. Yeah. So you're up in Canada then, or down in
Yeah,
Canada?
Central BC.
So wait, is that up or down?
It's
Thanks, Rich.
from the lower mainland, but it's the heart of the Caribou, was like where the gold rush up here started.
Uh-huh.
The heart of it all.
Right.
And I've seen so much gold, so much amazing gold over the last few years. It'll blow your mind.
All right. So how long have you been doing it now? How many years?
Oh, it'll be 5 years now.
5 years. Okay, so you're still kind of newbie there.
Yeah, well, things just kind of took a different direction. Once my best friend, everything kind of collapsed with him after the second year we came up here.
Uh-huh.
It was he's got some demons he had to battle, and I just couldn't do business that way. And
Right.
And my YouTube channel and everything like that. So we went our separate ways, and I just kept going with it on my own. And my dog, Charlotte, replaced him.
Okay.
And we've been having at her. We've made amazing connections in the mining industry here.
Sure.
And then business partnerships, growing the brand through the pay dirt. I don't have a lot of YouTube. It's funny. I've done so much here, and my YouTube channel just hit 200 subscribers.
Oh, well, we got to fix.
Whatever.
Well, let's see if we can't get you some subscribers tonight. Make sure let's see, mention your YouTube channel, and then Jaron will put
I'll get it out there in just a second.
Yeah, he'll put it out there in the chat room and stuff. Let's get some subscribers for you going.
Yeah.
At least a couple.
And I've tried different things. When I first started the pay dirt, I actually did an exchange with Chris Vogus Prospecting in Australia.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And he sent me a bag of his big boxer pay dirt, and then I sent him a bag of mine, and he did a how to pan video with my pay dirt. And I figured, well, he's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I should get a few. I think I got like 40 more out of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't feel bad. What do we got? 700? We've been doing this for 10 years.
I'm sure you'll gain like another 10 tonight.
Right. I mean,
least.
if you get at least 10 tonight would be nice.
It started slow for me too. I mean, it took me forever. I bet you 2 or 3 years just to even get close to 200.
How many are you at now, Danny? Any idea?
I'm over 5,000.
Oh, well, sweet. That's nice. I'd take 1,000. We can't even get there yet.
I think I'm over. I have Jaron check. He's good at.
I don't get it.
He's good at letting know exactly.
I don't know if it's just there's so many people that have prospecting videos that make it tough or what, you know?
And you know what? Editing is a big thing. Like, it's so time consuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's extremely time consuming, and
Oh.
the more effort you put into it, the longer it takes. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried and tried, and it became so tedious. I haven't put a video out really in over a year.
Uh-huh.
But I've been so tied up with other things, like the pay dirt stuff has been a big part of my brand, building my company.
Uh-huh.
But also too, developing the Caribou District Gold Panning Championships, bringing back and becoming an advocate for the history, preserving the history here. I don't know if you guys know about Barkerville, if you've heard of Barkerville.
I think, yes.
Yeah.
So that's like the epicenter of the gold rush here was Barkerville, the town. It burnt down once. They rebuilt it.
Right.
And it's still standing today. And it's such a great place to visit and immerse yourself in. And the tourism is great. but they stopped doing panning championships back in 2012. And ever since then, being that the big exhibition, Billy Barker Days here, has kind of lost its history relevance. You know, I've kind of taken it upon myself to kind of bring all that back and kind of preserve it as best as I can for one person anyway.
Okay.
What
Now,
kind
wait. What, Dennis? Go
of,
ahead.
kind of editing software does he use? What does he use?
The best one I've found, and it's free, is DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really easy to use. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to use. The uploading times and rendering times are pretty good if you have a decent computer, and it's free. It's a great editing program, and it's free.
Right.
Yeah, DaVinci.
Shane,
Resolve.
I hate to interrupt you. Is there any way we could get your microphone turned up a little bit?
Microphone turned up. I could put it closer to me.
Oh, that would work. Just having a little hard time hearing you sometimes.
Can you hear me now?
There we
Okay.
go. There we go. Much better. So now, okay, now you have a pay dirt business. Now you guys can't dredge down there, right?
It is illegal to dredge in BC because of the salmon and fish habitats in the water.
Right.
So it's the amount of discharge, silty discharge that goes into the creeks is really tough on the fish. Apparently, this is
Yeah.
what I've learned since I've been here about it all.
Poppycock.
I know, right? I don't even know what to say about it beyond that.
That's what you say. You say bull.
I mean, some of the restrictions are getting ridiculous.
Right.
Now you can't dig lower than 3 feet before
What?
you need a permit after 3 feet, 1.2 meters.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, testing a claim is difficult now even without a permit.
Wow. When did they start that nonsense?
That happened just a year ago, just after COVID, maybe during.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Stupid.
That is an odd rule.
Yeah. I mean, the permit itself is probably easy to get as far as digging deeper.
Right.
It's just the process, like having to go through all the application and all that nonsense. I mean,
Yeah.
I just actually took on another part of my company, and that's helping miners or claim owners apply for their mining permits.
Right.
The MTO, it's all a government system that controls all the mining operations. And the application process is very intense and very time consuming as well, very detailed. And if you get one little thing wrong, it could cost you months of waiting time.
Really?
If you don't know how to get through the system faster. So I actually was trained how
Wow.
to do that.
That's
And
kind of
help miners get their mines going
that's
faster.
cool. Yeah.
Do they have to have like water permits and stuff too?
Yeah, you gotta get water permits, and I mean the inspectors here come around, they pop in when you least expect it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
all-
kind of weird.
All different types of scale mining here. Like, I mean, from the small one guy operation, he pulls his test trommel or his trommel out behind his truck out onto the bar on the Fraser River. He's got it's like an island out in the middle of the river that he's claimed and turned into a mine, and he's permitted to go out there and dig with a little excavator and everything and whatnot. But he can take all his equipment home with him at the end of the day. Anything out there. And then there's the big guys, and I actually got to work on a mine. That was one of my goals here, was to grow and become a miner myself.
Right.
I don't have a lot of money to work with as far as buying equipment, and stuff's expensive, so I thought maybe I'll start by working on a mine. And I ended up getting in with some people, and they got me a job, and I was operating excavator, driving rock truck 2 summers ago on
Oh, nice.
Sovereign Creek. Yeah.
Nice. You like
You
that?
got some experience under your belt then, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. That's what I want to do. I'll be doing that all summer this year too, hopefully.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of equipment are you running when you're out there looking for gold then?
Well, we got like any size excavators. If they're on a mine site, you got them from like the 350 up to 800. I operated
Right. But I mean, when you're out on your own.
out on my own.
Yeah.
Well, mining by yourself, you can't have a lot of big equipment,
Right.
like a trailer. But for the most part, it's just prospecting. We can use high bankers.
Oh, okay.
But there's rules with that. You have to stay, you know, within certain distances from the creek, so your discharge basically settles.
Right.
Settles before the water. Gets
Right. You have to have like a small settling pond for it to go in.
Yeah, exactly. So if a mine inspector, somebody shows up and you got your high banker discharging right into the creek, you're going to lose all your gear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I
Oh,
guess
protecting the fish. That's what they're talking about with all this.
I know.
Protecting the fish
You know, we run
Yeah.
our
But
high
when it rains and storms and turns water muddy and mucky,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Landslides and stuff. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it's already,
yeah, we run our high bankers right in back into the creek. It don't
I
mean
know. I'm jealous.
nothing. Don't hurt nothing. It's like a bunch of crap.
yeah, that's why I don't mind in Pennsylvania too. Same reasons, because they have all the red tape, and it's not even worth it. I mean,
It's not. I
now
swear.
if we had better gold, then yeah, it might be, but you got to dig so deep to get it here in PA because you have flat poop, so it's not really worth it. I go to Ohio and Virginia and put the dredge right in the water and rock and roll. You know,
Whereabouts in Pennsylvania are you?
I'm Shippensburg. I don't know if you heard of. Well, of course you heard of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm about 35 minutes from Gettysburg.
Okay. My mom used to live in a little town called Lidditz, just north of Lancaster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was.
Well, see, York, Lancaster area, they have gold over there.
Yeah,
they have gold in
my
Lancaster,
stepfather
York
was
area.
working for New Holland, so he was transferred out there for work, so they had to move and live out there for a while.
Yeah, there's gold over there, but it's very far between. It's some areas are, of course, deeper than others, but you're not allowed to use any motorized equipment, so you're into shovels and pacifiers and sluice boxes, and it's not worth running 5 or 6 5-gallon buckets and only getting a couple specks of gold. So
We aren't even allowed to use stream sluices. We can't use river sluices here either.
What?
In the creeks, no.
Wait, why?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
because it's contamination, you're taking something out, cleaning it, and putting it.
Oh, that
It's all
nonsense. That
contaminated.
nonsense. I've heard of that
Even
nonsense.
tiny
Pennsylvania has the
little
same thing.
sluice is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Heard of that one before.
If you take something out of the water and you put it back in the water, you're contaminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
So that's the same way for you down there. You can't use a sluice box.
No.
So you're really limited on what you can do.
It's very controlled. It is very.
So do you do a lot of like sniping and stuff like that, or
Yeah, I had a claim a couple years ago. It was on a creek, and there wasn't much gold in the creek that I could find. But I noticed that it's kind of scaled up in benches up, and it was all logged. And there's a logging road up there, so I kind of wandered up that way and found some bedrock exposures on the side of the road, and started just sniping in the bedrock in those and panning that out, and found a few flakes there. So
okay?
yeah, it was there's lots of gold in the bedrock here, especially along the Fraser,
Right.
and a lot of the creeks replenish every year too.
Sure.
So they're
Now,
all.
you do any metal detecting too, or?
Oh yeah, like lots of metal detecting along the bedrock and whatnot.
Okay. Do any good like that?
Myself, not so much. Metal detectors are pretty expensive. I had one for a little while. I'm waiting to reinvest in another one. I'd like to get a really good one, but man, they're pricey.
What kind you looking at?
I'd like the monster gold.
Gold monster.
Gold monster
Everybody wants-
1,000.
Everybody wants a gold monster.
That one would be good for up here.
Yeah, it would be nice for you to have one now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having one myself someday. But I'm with you. They're just too pricey. Yeah.
Now we're also pivoting towards doing these things we're calling grub stake adventures up here too. So people can pay a specific amount, and then they just figure out how to get here, and we take care of the rest and spend 4 days out here, out in the bush.
Oh, okay.
We take-
Really?
Yeah, we take them around to different gold spots every day on the famous creeks, and immerse them and take them to Barkerville for one of the days. And
So when are you thinking on starting that, Shane?
the first one's going to be right after the panning championships this year, July 8th and 9th are the championships, and then from the 10th to the 14th we'll be going out right before
Cool.
Billy Parker Day starts.
Okay.
Yeah, on your about page on your YouTube, it says you host those panning championships
Yeah,
there.
I created them and I host them. This year I've been talking with somebody you probably know by the name of Steve Rydell from Bering Sea Gold.
Yeah.
And he's working it out. We're trying. Logistics are tough, even though to go from Anchorage just to here in Quesnel is ridiculous. The logistics, flying is just not an option.
Really?
He's a pilot. He has his own plane up there, but it would cost him more to fly here than to take commercial flight, which is weird. So I don't know. He said he's going to rent a van or something and drive down. I see what happens. I hope he comes. I really do. He said he wants to be here for it, and I want him to MC the event.
Right. Now tell us a little bit about that. How's that work? The whole thing. Take us through it a little bit.
Handy competition?
Yeah, yours.
Well,
Yeah, that's it.
because I don't have a lot of experience in it. I've never been to one. I kind of just watched a few of them on YouTube. There's the fastest pan challenge, which is just a few pickers in the pan. Everybody gets the same amount of dirt in their pan, and it's just head-to-head tournament style competition, and the first person to reveal the 4 nuggets moves on. Okay. And then there's a winners and losers bracket for that, as well as prizes. Then there's the pan to scale competition. I kind of created myself. It's a more high energy competition, where you have to take a bag of my pay dirt with a gram of gold in it, dump it in your pan out that gram of gold, put it in your snuffer bottle, dry it out, get it into your vial, and then you have to run past a gold bandit with that vial, and you're wearing football flags. Time penalties. If the bandit gets one of those flags, you lose 10, or you add 10 seconds to your time or whatever. And then you have to get past the gold bandit to me at the end of the table where I have a scale, and then you weigh the gold, and hopefully you got the whole gram.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really fun. We did it for the first time last summer, and they had a blast. Everybody loved it.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah. It does sound fun.
The next day, Sunday morning, we're doing a Pioneer brunch in the park. So I'm working with the local restaurants here and their catering, and we're doing Pioneer foods from back in the day, like hoe cakes and hash, fried hash or whatever.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I just did a tasting with someone, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So,
That does sound
we're
good.
gonna buy tickets, come down, eat in the park, picnic style, and then in the afternoon, right after that's done, we'll do the high banker relay race, where 2 people on a team take turns setting up certain parts of the high banker situation and get it running. And then as soon as the water hits the high banker, your time's called, and then the team with the fastest time wins.
Ah,
Nice.
that'd be pretty cool too.
That all sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Like a lot of good events. Yeah.
It's,
Heck yeah. And this, how many years have you been doing this now?
this will be the 3rd one.
3rd year now.
The first year was right after COVID restrictions lifted, and I pulled the trigger later in the season. It was in September.
Right.
We didn't get to do the panda scale because it was kind of rainy and wet, and the grass, it was really slippery. And I didn't want anybody to get hurt, so we didn't do that part of it. But everybody had a blast nonetheless. Then last year, I moved it to do it during Billy Barker days, which I thought would help because of the tourist influx. Except that once they got the cotton candy in them and the rides, they don't really care for anything else. So I need to be able to immerse them in the history and get them thinking about the history and the gold before the cotton candy. So we're doing it the weekend before, when all the tourists start showing up.
Right.
It's something to do. And then we head out for the week to do the adventure.
Now, do you have camping and stuff there too, or?
I actually just got handed down an old trapper's cabin out by where my claim was, by a friend it was handed down to him by the original trapper. And it's kind of one of those things where nobody really owns it. It's out in the middle of the bush. It's been maintained over the years. But now that my friend can't take care of it anymore, he's given me the responsibility. And it's a cabin that can sleep 4 people. It's got a wood stove in it. There's kitchen amenities. It's a nice cabin. It's been really well kept. So now I'm responsible for taking care of it, and we're using it as part of the adventure.
Oh, that's cool. But I mean, like, say if people came down, and is there a place they could pitch tents to stay during?
Yeah, I don't recommend tents out there. A lot of bears.
A lot of bears.
I would never sleep in a tent out there, even though when I went to Devil's Canyon, when we got here the first time, we were on the side of that canyon, like 100 meters down from a bear, and we were in a cabin tent. And yeah, that thing was huffing around and just, oh man, it was scary.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with no
But there's a big clearing outside the cabin that you can pull RVs in,
Okay,
park RVs as well outside the cabin too. So
that is cool.
yeah.
Nice. So this is the third annual. So you see many more in your future, right?
I hope so. Yeah. So I mean, I partnered with Barkerville for it too. The first year they sent Billy Barker himself, the guy that plays Billy Barker, at Barkerville, and then a couple other people, and they were dressed in period clothing, and they competed,
Right.
had a blast. But the second year, because it was in the middle of summer, they're so busy out there at Barkerville entertaining tourists that they couldn't get away to come to the competition.
Oh,
Missed them last year. I'm hoping they can make it this year, though.
now what
So
kind
when
of?
you do panning competitions, like how many people really does that? How many contestants? Like 100, 200, or?
No, we're still fairly new in the scene. So I mean, I'm last year I had maybe, I think we had 30 contestants total.
Okay.
Good amount.
Yeah, it was decent. This year I'm betting there's going to be a lot more.
Good.
The pay dirt has allowed me to widen my range of accessibility to people to
Right.
share this with.
Now, speaking of, how do you ship to America first off?
Yeah, I've shipped to North Carolina. I just shipped to Austin, Texas, actually a couple of weeks ago, a nugget bag.
Now, if we want to get that, we just contact you through your Facebook group.
Yes, there's also the store the company that I originally partnered with, Green River Gold Corp, out of Quesnel here. Their website under the Rediscoverers tab has my pay dirt, so you can order it through them online.
Uh-huh.
Or you can PM me directly. I have Lightning Creek available here in stock right now. Other than that, all my other stock from last season is all out with my retailers. I have a retail outlet in Kelowna, BC at Fred's Panning Supplies, and then also Mackenzie, BC, north of here at a hobby shop, Northern Lights Hobbies.
Okay. Now,
So,
all right. Now, tell me about your dirt. Now, do you actually just, because I know a lot of people, I know you can't dredge. You'll get dredge concentrates, and they'll sell unsearched dredge cons and stuff like that. So tell me how you get yours and what you do.
here, and I'll show you close
All
up.
right.
If you can read it. Oh, it's probably blurry. So anyway, it says rediscover the Caribou Gold Rush with Lightning Creek pay dirt.
Okay.
So basically, any miners out here that are on the famous creeks like Cunningham Creek, Antler Creek, Keithley Creek, Lightning Creek, all these creeks in the Caribou as a whole make up the total history of the gold rush. I mean, they scoured these creeks for gold.
Right.
For years. And so basically the miners now today are mining on the same creeks, but they're doing like big mining operations now, not just panning and stuff. So I partner with them. I buy their gold from that creek, and then I also go to their pay pile and I classify down buckets of pay from their pay pile, small enough to be able to put in the bags so there's no big
Right.
rocks. And then I add the guaranteed amount, half gram or a gram of gold to that bag. So virgin pay dirt, every bag is virgin pay dirt. I don't search it at all. You can get anything. I don't know what's in their pay pile.
Right.
So all I know is there's gold in it because it wouldn't be their pay pile if there wasn't.
Sure.
So yeah, so then that's basically what I do every season. When they start mining, I buy it. But this year things are a little bit different. I've noticed that for me to expand my retailers and my inventory and my creeks and get more creeks in the collection, I would have to really invest thousands and thousands of dollars more. And I came up with the idea of maybe sharing the company with these miners.
Uh-huh.
In the aspect of where I would give them, say, like 5% equity to make their creek a permanent part of the collection. Then all they have to do is give me a certain amount of gold each season, and I can pack all these bags of pay dirt, put them out in the world, and all the money comes back and becomes working capital to grow the business.
Right.
Which we're now part of ownership of.
Right.
I don't go into debt, and I can have a ton of inventory.
Right. Yeah, that's always a good thing. You can't ever have too much inventory. but it's
Well, if I
better when
want
you
more
don't have no
gold-
inventory because it's all sold.
Well, it's tough. Like 1 ounce of gold, I can break down to 45 bags. But
Right.
when you have three retailers plus my own stock. I also have a sales rep. He's actually a pay dirt customer turned sales rep down in the Cranbrook area in southeastern BC. And when I spread it all out to them, they each hardly have anything.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I need to come up with something where I can really boost my inventory levels without going into massive debt.
Yeah. This is true. That's the thing. It's like,
And it helps the miners here realize that they're working together. It's more of a cooperative. Maybe helps take away some of the animosity between them and stuff now that they're going to be financially binded together.
all right. Yeah. So how long have you been doing the pay dirt then?
Pay dirt's just over 2 years now.
Just over 2 years.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get some guys down in the States to review it, like Shane Klesch. I've been talking to him. He told me at the beginning he wouldn't touch it until it's been out for a year, and then a year later, I was like, "Hey, it's been over a year. Now it's been over 2 years. He still hasn't." He said it might be up on the shelf somewhere in line. I don't know. So I've had a few guys up here review it. I have actually just sent some to Finland. There's a guy that does reviews on TikTok in Finnish. And so he reviewed my pay dirt there.
Oh, geez. Okay. Why didn't you send some to old Ray Russo up there in Alaska and let him review? He does his little panning nights, and heck yeah, that'd be
So,
a cool
I've even been invited by my pay dirt customers. I went down and got my diving certification. I'm going to go in the water here in the creeks and get the gold that's still in the water.
See?
Yeah, so I got dry suit open water certification now down to 60 feet. And when I was out on Vancouver Island doing that, I got invited out by some of my pay dirt customers. They do these mystery creek tours there. So nobody knows what creek it is because they don't want other people showing up.
Okay.
It's a mystery creek squad, and they invited me out to go with them, and I just had a blast. It's really fun.
Now, is that also shirts I see up there behind you for your site?
We got t-shirts as well. They're
Uh-huh.
$35.
So you got t-shirts, gold bags.
Beginner panning kits. The beginner
Panning
panning
kits.
kits. They come with a keen pan and classifier, 16-inch pan, and then two small bags of pay dirt. And it's the beginner pay dirt. Summit Creek is actually really low black sands,
Uh-huh.
magnetic materials, so it's really easy to pan. It's really a good beginner one, especially for kids. And then also a snuffer bottle, a floating magnet that I designed as well. These little floating magnets that go in your pan and they float around and take out all the magnetics while you're panning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so lots of different items to.
Looks like some stickers.
Yeah, I got stickers for the cars now. I just got those ones in.
Yeah. See, you got to promote all that good stuff here. While you're here, promote the heck out of that stuff. What you got? What do you? This is your
And I mean,
opportunity.
the big thing is the pay dirt group, the Caribou Gold Rush Pay Dirt Creek Collection group on Facebook has almost 800 members. I'm like 5 away.
Nice. Okay.
It's weird. I get more members from this than I do on YouTube from subscribers.
I know it's strange. It's just what's happened to the world now. I think we got like 3,500 members on our Facebook, and yet we got only like 700 on our YouTube. It's like, really? Why don't you guys just go over there and click and subscribe?
All right. I even went into my pay dirt group and asked everybody to go and support my subscribe to that. And maybe 5 of them did.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, hopefully.
Well, we got you 9 new subscribers tonight so far.
Dang, Jared, that's awesome. 9 already. It ain't an hour yet. It's only been 40 minutes. You already got them 9 subscribers?
I do have a bunch of footage from this season that I have to still edit. This computer here won't get Resolve on it, so I have to find a different computer that I can put Resolve on,
Right.
and then I could edit these videos and put out some more. But there's going to be a lot of footage this season. We got some treasure hunts on the go as well, which is really cool.
What kind of treasure hunts?
There's one that's there's a place called Poplar Creek, BC. There's not much gold history there, but it was just kind of a chance thing. I really wanted to find a treasure hunt. So I was like, where do I start looking? Where do I start reading? There's so many stories that are already out there. I wanted something new.
Right.
So that was in BC. So I actually got onto the BC archives online, and they have old newspaper issues. It's like that. They're like scanned.
Yeah.
And you look at them page by page, and you just zoom in and read all the different articles. And I just came across this one called the Poplar Creek Nugget, and I was like, "Oh, that's neat. It's called the Nugget. That's cool." So I started reading it. I'm reading through it, and without going into too much detail, because I don't want everybody to be going there. I found just a small little blurb that talked about a prospector out there that was trying to protect what was his, and they just brought the railway through. So there was some visible gold. He just went up and got rid of it and tossed it away. And then like 5 years later, the telegraph workers came in, putting in the phone lines and power lines, and they were coming in the top of this ledge, and they hit the quartz seam when they found the gold. So they followed it down the front, the face, and that face was where the prospector was getting rid of the gold from. And they started blasting bedrock out and created an adit, not realizing what all that bedrock was covering up.
Wow.
Bottom in the bushes. So basically there's like this life-changing gold sitting underneath tons and tons and tons and tons and like tons of blasted out bedrock.
Wow.
Now it's become an engineering feat to safely remove all that to get to that gold that's there. But there's that one, and there's a couple up here in the Caribou. A guy I've been talking with a friend about. I don't know if I should really give out any too. But yeah, other than that, there's old Chinese mines out here that haven't been found since the 1860s.
Okay.
So we're searching for those as well.
And there's a lot of those old Chinese mines everywhere in the States, just everywhere.
Right.
Well, this is also following an old prospector by the name of Pete Toy, who was actually grub staked money from Barkerville back in the day to go north and prospect north, which is when the Dominica gold rush was triggered. And he found gold near the conjunction of the Parsnip, the Finlay, and the Peace Rivers, where they all come together. He worked that for quite a few years. He had a homestead further up. We actually got GPS marks on both locations now. One of which, the bar, is now underneath a massive lake. They put a dam on Peace River, and they turned that whole conjunction into a massive lake.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's gonna be tough. That's what triggered me getting the diving certification, was to be able to dive that spot.
Okay.
On the lake. So, but the homestead is still on land. We have to locate and metal detect. The story goes that he pulled roughly 2,500 ounces in the 7 years that he was out there, but you don't carry that kind of gold with you all the time. You're going to hide it and put it somewhere safe.
Right.
Take what you need to get your supplies, do your thing, right? So my belief is that when he died coming back from a supply run on the Dominica River, so my belief is that roughly, I would say close to 2,000 ounces might still be buried somewhere near his homestead.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's a fun treasure hunt right there.
That's happening. That's going to happen in the next month or so. I'll be up there metal detecting up there.
Now, are you going to film that or?
Absolutely.
All right. I hope so. Yeah, I get that on your YouTube channel. Heck yeah,
your YouTube channel. I'm seeing you got a video here where you found some artifacts in Poplar Creek, British.
Oh yeah, metal detecting up top Poplar Creek. That's how we found where the telegraph workers that they dug in, channeled in down to the quartz, the top of the quartz vein.
So what'd you find up there, artifact wise?
I found I found the pickaxe head.
I
found that actually sticking out of the bank in the side of the creek. We were down panning and taking some material out of the bench at the side of the creek and panning to see if there was any gold there. And I just saw this rusty pointy thing sticking out like 2 feet below in the bank, and like pull it out, and it's an old pickaxe head.
Oh,
Well,
So that, and I found a can, an old Petro Canada oil can. This one's really cool.
show us, yeah. We like show and tell.
So yeah, so this is like it's metal, and it has like a little ribbed edge around it.
Right.
Okay, so we found this metal detecting, and to me, I would think that this is something that they would carry their gold in. It probably had a lid at some time that popped on.
Okay.
But when I look inside with the phone and the light and the magnifying glass, there's actually gold embedded in the inside of the wall and the bottom.
So it's definitely had gold in it at some point in time.
And then this piece of metal here came from a larger, it's like a punch plate. So it was like, there you can see where it was punched and shaped. So I think it came from a larger gold storage box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever come across any old mining equipment up in there? You know,
you see the odd, like if you're near an adit or whatever, you would definitely see like rails and old rail cars, some cable lines, things like that.
No old like wooden sluice boxes or nothing.
Well, Devil's Canyon, actually, we found an old. It's in the videos when we got around back to the tailings pond, and it's all full of quartz, old rotten quartz. There was an old sluice run where they hydraulic the whole side of the canyon, and it all flowed through this little ravine and through this giant long sluice box embedded in the ground. And there was a gantry at the end, so they could crank it up and lift it up and clean it out and then drop it back down. Yeah. And it's still there to this day, intact. It's in the Devil's Canyon videos.
Okay, that's on your website, on your YouTube page.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Any other cool, interesting artifacts?
No, not so much really. A lot of it is specimens. I spend a lot more time looking at rocks and trying to learn the geology of the area. There's a lot of history here when it comes to movement of the earth, like the old paleo channels and stuff.
Right.
That's where a lot of the really, really, really big gold has been found here, is in the paleo channel. There's a guy that spent his whole life, Terry too, spent his whole life looking for gold. He was here once, and then he left and went north, and then something just drew him right back, and he kept digging in the same spot, and then eventually he hit this channel, this bluish gray clay.
Right.
And it was just packed with gold. So he just followed that channel. Now it's like Mary Alice Creek's one of the famous spots out here because of him, and that was back in the early 70s, 1970s. But yeah, he's dedicated his whole life to finding the big gold, and then
I bet. Interesting. What about any like fossils? You ever come across any of them out there?
I haven't really found too many fossils myself. No
mammoth tusks.
No mammoth tusks.
Oh well, maybe next time. Never.
Well, they're starting to ask in the YouTube chat if you got any gold porn to show us.
Oh, you got any gold to show us?
Cool.
Or is it all bagged up?
Most of it's all bagged up. I have like just a little tiny bit in a vial, but for the most part, it's all bagged up.
Bagged up.
I was neck deep in nuggets and pickers a couple of weeks ago, and then I did the promotion and sold out of everything.
Oh well, that's good.
And so now I'm back to the Creek collection bags, and we're in limbo right now, where winter's just still melting in the mountains, so
right.
There isn't a lot of access to the creeks quite yet. So we're just in that.
Well, Tim,
holding
before.
Hey.
What's that, Dennis?
I gotta say, before you go to commercial, or if you're going to commercial, I got a question for Shane. I want him to think about when we come back from it. So I just wanted to put that out there before you just jump straight to commercial or something like that.
All right, let's do that. You ask him the question. I'll go to commercial, and Shane can think about it. And then when we come back, he can answer it.
All right. The question I'm going to ask Shane is one I ask everybody that comes on, and it's going to be, what was the most scariest thing that's ever happened to you, whether it's gold related, preferably gold related, or just anything in general. But that'll be the question that.
Hey, now think about this, Shane.
Yeah.
We're going to go.
That I ask him when we get back from commercial.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we are live during a commercial. So if you say anything, people will hear you. So we'll be right back, everybody, after this message.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit DirtHogPayDirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. DirtHogPayDirt.com, the best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
Oh, excuse me. All right, everybody, we're back with Shane, right? Okay, you've had time to think about Dennis's question.
Okay, so this whole diving thing was really new to me. I love swimming. I've always swam, but I've been a surface swimmer my whole life. And you know, at a certain point, I did develop a little bit of a fear of what was under the water because you couldn't see it while you're swimming. So that was a bit of a fear, but going into this, I thought this is my opportunity to beat that fear and see what is actually under there, which was really cool, to be honest with you. Like when I got to dive in the ocean, it was a blast. But during the training, there was a certain a skill thing we had to do at about 30 feet below the surface. And it was taking the alternate air from your buddy, taking out yours, putting in the alternate air. Well, when I did that, his alternate air was wrapped around his arm the wrong way, and I couldn't get it into my mouth and be able to move around. It was really tight. And at that point, I ended up pushing all the air out of me, and I couldn't grab my regulator. It was floating around back here. and I'm 30 feet below the surface, and I had to make a choice at that moment. And I actually, 30 feet below, I thought I was going to drown.
Right.
And I had no air in my lungs. I couldn't take any air in, and I just decided to swim straight for the surface. And it was scary. It was very scary, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
But even after that, I still, I was like, I got to finish this. I got to do this. This is a part of the learning experience.
Well, that's a good one.
That's about the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But I made it through, got certified, and I'm happy about that. I actually had to take a second trip back to finish the certification.
Right.
2 weeks
So,
after.
so now, how many states have you prospected in? Just Canada, or have you branched out a little bit?
No, I had my passport for a while before COVID had expired, and I never did get it back. I just finally got it back now, so I can travel the states. I mean, my mom now lives in Wisconsin. I know she lived in Pennsylvania for a while, but she moved to Wisconsin. So I'd like to go and visit down there and check it out. I mean, the deeper I get into this, the deeper connections I make, hopefully I'll be able to go to places like Colorado, Montana, hang out with, Freddie Dodge, guys like that, and do a little bit of stuff.
Well, Shane, I was born and raised in Wisconsin. What part does your mom live in?
She lives in Janesville.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know where that is, Danny?
Roughly, yep.
Okay.
It's there somewhere. It's close to whatever the big city in Wisconsin.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? No. I don't know.
No, I don't know about that area.
It's bad. I don't know much about the States. Just like you guys down there don't know a whole lot about Canada.
Right. But it's like, okay, but when I'm hearing about it, it's like, I don't want to come down there and do no mining. It's too many dang regulations. So have you ever done any dredging then?
I haven't been able to do any dredging yet. I really want to.
That's what I mean. If you could leave there and come to the States, you could do some dredging and then go back, stuff like that.
Well, the thing is that I as much as I'd like to come to the southern states to do some stuff, right now my focus is more north of here.
Right.
Being that this whole thing with Steve Rydell, and ultimately I wanted to eventually go to Nome. Like that's one of my goals over the next few years, like at least 5 years, would to be go to Nome and actually dredge. And that's part of the diving stuff, is ultimately I need to know how to dive.
Yes.
But because we don't have that type of diving stuff here, I had to figure out something close enough to learn, to understand how it all worked.
Now, are you wanting to dive under the ice, or?
Well, I'm not first. I'd like to go up in the summer and do it
Right.
normally. But I mean, if I'm invited to stay for winter after the summer and the gold is good and there's money in the pocket, then I'll stay and go under the ice. Why not?
Me, brother. Hey.
Not me. You're not
Not me.
kidding on this.
I don't care how much gold's under there.
I mean, I want to meet guys like Sean Pomeranke, I mean,
Yeah.
These guys are inspirations.
Oh yeah, but still, I ain't diving under no dang ice.
Yeah, I'll dive, but not under the ice.
Under the ice. If it's sunny and warm, and
I don't care. I'd do it.
you would do it too, Rich. I know you're crazy too. You guys are just nuts. I ain't diving under no dang ice.
Either.
I watch, these guys on whitewater. Like, come on, these guys are. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'd rather do that than dive under the ice.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's rougher,
Watching this
but
episode, like that mudslide, that freaking that thing that's hanging over the creek. If that
yeah, I know, but I just keep thinking if that ice shifts and all of a sudden, see ya.
I mean, it's funny because when I'm out, when I was prospecting with my good friend Kevin out on one of his claims, we found this huge tree that fell over and it ripped the stump out of the ground, and the stump was full of all kinds of material, and we thought, oh, we'll test this because there's gravel showing and stuff. Sure. And I'm like digging underneath there, and there was this big river rock that was hidden in the roots and whatnot. And he was digging or whatever, and it jostled the root system, and that big rock fell down and landed right on my shoulder blade. Oh man, did that hurt? That hurt. Mm-hmm. And then now, ever since then, when I'm out on these creeks, I have a hard time getting under like really steep, bouldery sections.
Oh yeah.
because I always have that fear in the back of my mind. Something's just
Oh,
going
that's good. You should
at that
always.
moment in time when I'm standing.
Yeah, but you should always have that fear. Yeah, you should always be
You
thinking.
got the heebie-jeebies, yeah.
Heck yeah, better safe than sorry.
I don't know how many of those rocks would, the hard hat probably wouldn't help much.
No, God,
No.
heck no. Now, is there a place if they said, all right, you know, you could go anywhere you want. We'll pick up the tab. No, don't worry about nothing.
Where would you go?
Where would you go?
Wow, anywhere I want.
So
I
look for
honestly,
gold,
to be
mind
honest,
you.
because it's so far out of my scope of places to go right now. I'd have to say I want to go to Australia and
There you go.
Everybody said.
I do. I want to go. I want to hang out with Chris Vogus. I mean, the guy has been such an inspiration over the last couple of years for me, learning how to do this.
Right.
Pushing through the fears and everything else that comes with it, and just taking it head on. You know.
That would
Yeah.
be the dream, wouldn't it?
And carving
Yeah.
your own path, your own unique path
Yeah.
into it, right? Not following everybody else and doing what everybody else is doing, but still
Tell
following.
you what, I was so upset when they someone poisoned his dog.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible, man. I spent a couple days crying over that because I have my
Yep.
dog Charlotte, who means everything to me.
Yeah,
You know, and that was rough.
that is rough. Yeah, that's
I
just rough.
felt that with him for sure. Everything he went through.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy. Yeah.
But I mean, he persevered. He's moved on, and he'll never forget.
Right.
It's like it's just how it is.
Yeah. But that would be the place to go. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
That's my dream too, to go
Yeah.
there someday, just to metal detect. And just that's
after
it.
watching these recent episodes of Parker's Trail, I'm definitely not going to South America.
I wouldn't go there anyway. So
On that hard pass.
I didn't have to watch Parker's Trail to know I'm not going there. Would not go there. Another one. I don't care how much gold's there. I'm not going. You know, it's like nope. But
The one
Australia.
that really got me, though, because I have the same last name as one of the guys on it, was Jungle Gold.
Uh-huh.
The guys down from the
Oh
States
wait,
there
yeah.
Yeah.
went over to Africa.
Yep.
Like seriously, the president had warrants out for their arrest, and they were like being snuck into the same hotel the president was at. Like this stuff
Whatever
is
happened to
crazy
them
stuff.
guys?
Like that was insane.
Any idea whatever happened to those guys?
I haven't heard anything from them since they came back to the States, and I think they're probably still hiding.
I actually enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of the ones I kind of enjoyed it.
But it opens your eyes to how the gold communities differ from
Yeah.
regions around the world. I mean, it's insane. Everything is so different. And
Oh yeah,
legislated
yeah,
in
everywhere.
some
Even
parts,
from
but not
even from like us here in the States to you guys over in Canada. What a huge difference it is, you know, between like the rules, the regulations, the gold, everything's just big difference, and we're not that far away from each other.
and
Yeah.
a lot too here. Terrain is a big
Yeah.
difference as well. I mean, we're in some serious mountains and massive canyons, and just traversing down to some of these spots is so dangerous. You know?
Sure.
I envy the guys on Whitewater because I've traversed some of the same type of stuff they've had to do, and to take all that gear and all that equipment through is-
I know.
Well, is there any type of other treasure shows you like to watch, like Cold Gold or Curse of Oak Island, or
I've watched Curse since day one. I hope
Yes.
they find it.
Yes,
They're almost
yes.
there. They're almost there.
Yes.
yeah,
One more season.
A
I'm with you.
fellow Oak Islander, Denny. Finally, we got one.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a Bobby Dazzler.
Right? I think they're on it. They're so close now. It's not even funny.
My gold buyer Udo, he actually is good friends on Facebook with Gary Drayton. They talk quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now he's
That'd
trying to
be
get
cool.
Gary Drayton out here to do some metal detecting in the Caribou. So
That'd be cool. Yeah, he's quite the metal detector. But
Yes, he is.
I just think, you know, they're just getting real close now.
last year, I even reached out to Marty Lagina
Uh-huh.
through Maury Vineyards. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't figure out a way to get to him through the show, so I went through Maury Vineyards and emailed and I just put it out there in the email. If we can get this to Marty, I would really appreciate it. And I actually invited them to come out here and do some treasure hunting out here with me.
That'd be cool.
You know, I mean, yeah, if there's treasure out there, there's lots of treasure out here.
Oh yeah, they were doing that show, that After Oak Island thing. They was going to all these places looking for treasure. So yeah, why not?
I never got a response. So.
Bummer. I know. I've sent them messages. Can't hear from them. Wanted to get them on the show. It's like, crap. Oh, John Hunt's been an Okie too since season 1. So that's cool. Another Okie.
Oh, you know, he's been getting a lot of them top pocket finds here recently. So
Drayton or Drayton?
Yeah, he's getting more of them.
Yeah.
What I find really intriguing though is this whole finding gold in the wood.
Yeah.
In the wood and gold in the water, like
that's what makes me think
higher
they're really close.
The closer they get, it's very weird to me. But if this is
Yeah,
something you test and do, then cool.
but that's showing you that they're close to something, right? I mean, that's what my thoughts are.
That garden shaft was definitely the key to the whole thing.
Yeah,
sure.
I think so. See?
Yeah, refurbished and being able to get down under the ground.
Yeah. It's getting interesting. I have a feeling they're going to leave us hanging big time.
Oh, for sure. And that swamp just keep coughing up all kinds of goodies.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, it does.
Me and Dennis are the only 2 fans of Oak Island here, so yeah, on the show. Other guys think we're nuts, but
well, yeah, a lot of people think it's hokey after the first few seasons.
well, you know, it kind of did. It got,
but they're not stopping the search. I mean, they're still searching and following the clues. They're going over to Italy now.
Yeah, but see, that's all the stuff I could do without. I just want them to keep digging and just show them digging.
And the thing of it is, though, they're finding jewelry, coins, they're finding stuff, not just wood anymore like the first couple of seasons.
But even the wood they find is cool because it's like from 1500s and later and stuff. So it's like, okay, it's old.
I like the different styles of engineering things that they're using to follow all these clues. You know, like when they put all those things in and dammed it and started digging away all that and found all that stuff. Like that was really, really cool. But how much did they spend?
I wonder if they spend a penny. I think it's all done, and them companies come out and do it to get on TV, get their name out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fair trade, so why not? Right? You know, it's free promotion. So that's what it's about. So why not? You know,
they want to be part of the history. So
right, and then we participated in finding the treasure. So Now, Jaron did just post your link to the Green River Gold Store collection on the chat room for people who don't have Facebook. He posted a direct link.
So. They do have a little bit of stock left. They have some Quinnell Forks, the limited edition Quinnell Forks stuff there, which is that's where the gold rush started in the Caribou, was Quinnell Forks.
Amazing
there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
I think I'm gonna have to try a bag of that.
Yeah, there you go, Danny.
Yep.
In a while, huh?
Yep.
And this year we're hoping to put at least 2 to 3 new creeks in the collection. So, and they're not all going to be the most famous creeks. I mean, there was hundreds of creeks here that were recorded finding gold. Like when you look in the records, there's a list you can get of all the creeks, and it shows the production from each years. So. There are some like Williams Creek, for example, where Barkerville is actually right on Williams Creek. You would think, well, they put it right where the gold is, but Williams Creek actually didn't produce that much gold. It was just a really beautiful location.
Oh, okay.
Right. It did have gold, but it was a really good location, and they built a water wheel and a flume to move the water for power and whatnot. And, so it was the other creeks like Keithley Creek, Antler Creek, Lightning Creek, those big ones, Cunningham Creek, those ones. Those are all part of the collection too. But
now what about like gemstones and stuff, Shane? Any of that?
We do have a little bit of that up here. Got some garnets and whatnot, but as far as high-end gemstones and stuff, there isn't a lot. It's more down south of here in the Kelowna and Okanagan. There's a lot of gem stuff down
Really?
there. Oh, yeah.
Now, do you ever think about
There's some
traveling?
opal up here. There's some opal up here. My friend has access to an opal claim up here. So
Wow.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's a treasure.
Yes, it is.
and
Yeah.
quartz,
Opals are cool.
crystal quartz.
Yeah.
But you don't find them like the crystals, the terminated ends and stuff like you see on the videos where they're just pulling them out of the mud. And,
Right.
like that's wild. I can imagine.
That would be fun. That'd be a.
Here it's like quartz veins, and you bust off a chunk and it's really crystally and mineralized, and
Uh-huh.
it's like
Still.
stringers of pyrite through it. And
Oh, see that.
Well, see, they've got where they find it was Michigan's called Uperlites. I was wondering if maybe there's some of that they find in Canada right up there along the border.
Possibly. I'm not too familiar with what's going on right at the very south of BC, other than what I see on YouTube.
Right.
Super lights.
Oh, speaking of YouTube, we got you up to 212 subscribers now.
Oh, wow.
Nice, Jaron. Good job. Keep on subscribing, everybody. And while you're subscribing to Shane's, you can click on over and subscribe to Prospector Radio too. wouldn't hurt our feelings none.
I also have a page on Facebook as the Rediscoverers too, and lots of followers there. It's where I do most of my day-to-day posting and whatnot.
Now, is that just a page or a group?
It's a page, like it's my business page for the Rediscoverers brand.
Yeah, I've posted the
here's
link out.
The Pay Dirt group is like the offshoot, so the Rediscoverers will be the umbrella over everything, the panning championships, the Pay Dirt, and whatever else I do. I do yearly spring cleanup on the Barkerville Highway. It's so from Quesnel to Barkerville is like a 40 or 80 kilometer drive into the mountains, and it's just one way in, one way out. There's like when you get out there, there's no other highway go anywhere else. You gotta come straight back to Quesnel. So that highway is very important. It's a very important link to the history, obviously. So I started doing highway cleanup. So I go out there and clean up the garbage along the highway, bottles and cans and whatnot. And it's just stupid how much people still litter these days.
Oh, yeah, right.
I know, right?
That's cool that you do that. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nope.
So what's your next adventure you got coming up?
The next thing, other than just some going out here and there, out to do a little bit of panning or high bankering, I'm heading up to Mackenzie in probably 3 weeks or so, because we're just waiting for the ice to pull off the lake.
Right.
And the lake will be at its lowest point, and we can get up over top of that GPS coordinate, take a depth. I need a depth at the beginning of the season because then the lake rises through the summer.
Uh-huh.
So I need that initial depth so that I know what my timeline is before I hit my 60-foot border or my 60-foot mark where I can't dive it anymore.
Right.
So we do that, and then we're going to go up and find where the homestead was and do some metal detecting around there. Maybe camp out for the night. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right now that's the only adventure I have going on other than getting ready for the panning championships. There's a lot going on with that, gathering sponsors and
Sure.
collecting money and prizes and everything else. It's a one-man show here, so
It's rough sometimes.
I mean, my dog is helpful in certain ways, but not.
Yeah, you can't sit and make all them phone calls and go knock on doors.
Now, do you post any of the videos of the competitions and stuff too?
Yeah, there is some videos up on my Rediscoverers page. You can scroll down. There should be some posts from last year's.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen some of the competitions in BC years ago. There's a couple of our followers on our site that I think is in the competition. I can't think of their names or anything, but usually I see them on Facebook and stuff.
There's a man named Yukon Dan who does panning competitions yearly too, up north of here. It's like the Fort Fraser area, Terrace, BC area. Then there's also this year the World Invitationals are in Taylor, BC, so northeast of Mackenzie, or just east of Mackenzie.
uh-huh.
So yeah, so actually I got a booth for the Rediscoverers in at the World Invitationals. I have a vendor booth, so I'll be selling pay dirt and merchandise and stuff, and then competing as well.
Now, what about gold shows? Do you do the gold show circuit or anything?
No, there's I've been trying to find a way into something. It started actually when I got to meet Tyson Lee from Gold Rush. He lives in Quesnel. He's from Quesnel. So I actually invited him out. We went out, had a beer, and got to talking and everything. And I threw around the idea of possibly going up north and working for Parker and being on Gold Rush and everything. But I just didn't think I had enough experience yet, and I didn't want to embarrass myself. So so I just kind of held back a little bit and kind of just continued doing my own thing here.
Gotcha.
I wanted to get more operating experience here first.
Sure. But what about like the gold shows, the ones, that state to state where you go to and you set up a booth?
Oh, gold and gem shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. There isn't really much in this particular area. I know that they do one in Prince George, an hour north of here. And then the rest are pretty much down south in the Kamloops, Kelowna area. But I haven't been in one yet. I haven't really grown enough. I'm at that point now where I probably could. I don't know if they'll allow me into the shows with just pay dirt. I could probably inquire about it, but
sure.
I did do the Prince George exhibition last summer here. There was the fair or whatever. They did a heritage lane, and they had these little buildings, these little outbuildings, and on both sides, and anybody that had wares or items from like pioneers type stuff.
Right.
So they actually invited me to come and do the pay dirt, and my gold bar Udo came and he was selling gold nuggets and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, so that was really cool. And right next door to us, they were doing a cooking show, show. And it turned out that it was being hosted by Sean O'Neill from MasterChef. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
That one don't ring a bell.
Winner of MasterChef season 7, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a pretty famous guy now. He was actually hosting that competition, and he's one of my favorite chefs from the show. It was really ironic. So I got to meet him, traded him a hat for his cookbook. Yeah, so now we're buddies. I was trying to get him to come to the competition to do the Pioneer Cookout, but he's previously booked for that weekend. So
do you know where Bancroft, Ontario is?
Bancroft, Ontario. No, I don't.
Okay, because they found euperlites in Bancroft, Ontario, found with sodalite deposits. Yeah.
I've actually heard of sodalite being around this area too.
Yeah. What the heck does sodalite look like? I have no clue. I've never even heard of that. I was going to say it looks about like that, Danny. That's a sodalite.
Yeah, it's got Mountain Dew in a Pepsi bottle, so we call that a soda light.
Oh.
I do like rock hounding though. Rock hounding is fun. Just going
You
out.
got a cabinet full of rocks like we do?
Actually I made a rock garden. We go down to the river after all the ice breaks up here and everything, and walk along the gravel bars and look for really cool rocks, like the ones with the nice quartz stringers throughout them.
There's always a cool rock to be found. It's got to come home with you.
What's that really black, the black, super black rock? It's not, what the heck?
Darn it.
Starts with a T, I believe. Shoot, I had it. I can't forget what it is now.
Jaron doesn't know. Jaron didn't come up with it. Come on, Jaron, you should know this stuff.
Tourmaline? No.
I'm not a gem guy.
Crap, I have no clue. The only black rock I know of is coal.
I've been so focused on gold here that I've just really, I have lots of friends that are in the gems and the YouTubes.
Right. Yeah, I think the gem thing is always cool. Yeah, I love the gold, but I like the gems too. Like any of them. Right? I mean, come on.
Yep.
It's all treasure.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way I look at it. It is all treasure. So why not? If you can find some nice gemstones, then got to go for it.
That's right.
Heck yeah. So you need to go look for some of them opals, Shane.
Yeah, well, soon I'll be able to. The old timer that still owns the claim is only lets him go. He doesn't let anybody else. If he shows up with anybody else, you get
wow.
Shot. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for him to pass on, because then my friend will inherit that claim.
And
then we can just go full on and go.
Gotcha. Now, do you got any claims yet, or are you thinking about getting a claim?
I over the time I've been here, I've met so many cool people and gotten so much access to different claims and whatnot that I've really
True.
trying to collect my own claims. I did have one for a while, the one that I was sniping that I found sniping bedrock. I actually claimed that and went and got some more material, and I did my notice of work online for it and everything. But then I actually ended up letting it lapse because I didn't believe there was enough gold there to make it worth it.
Right.
I haven't gotten another one since, but I mean, I have access to probably 50 different claims in the Caribou.
You don't really need one then.
If you ever look up online, it's called MTO Online BC. Okay, and you get into the claim map and you look at it in this area. Okay, there's thousands of claims just in this region.
Wow.
And there's a lot of legacy claims. So you have a claim that's overlapping a legacy claim. So it means there's a no-go zone. So you can't, even if that legacy claim is overlapping yours by 3/4, you're only allowed to prospect that little quarter.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it called a legacy claim?
There are legacy claims that are grandfathered down, I believe, over the years to certain people. So, so they will always be the main owner of that particular section.
Hey.
Right? Okay. So you can claim that cell, but if it's only a quarter of the cell that's showing, that's all you get.
Ooh, that's rough. Okay. All right.
Unless you get permission from that legacy claim owner to go and do whatever on the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all about permission and following the rules. People are pretty open about it. If you've earned a reputation for being nefarious and not following the rules, people will give you the cold shoulder really quick here.
Right.
And you get shunned pretty fast. But if you're open, honest, and you show integrity in everything that you do, people will open the world to you.
Sure. That seems like pretty much the way it is everywhere, you know? Right. It's just be honest. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Gold makes people do crazy things.
Isn't it? Yeah. So when does your season officially kick off that you can finally get out and get in the water and stuff?
Well, everybody's getting pretty fired up right now. All the equipment's starting to head out to the mine sites. Some of them are getting open. The higher elevations aren't not so much yet.
All right.
So my buddy has a claim up on Kangaroo Mountain, near one of our Chinese mine treasure hunts, near Quesnel Forks. So we're just trying to get access, get the road cleared so we can get in and then start moving some dirt. But yeah, it's this over the next month, things are just going to start getting crazy here.
Cool. Well, we wish you all the luck in the world, brother. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck with the panning competition and stuff, and let us know how all that works out. That's not until when? July, you said?
July 8th and 9th, yeah.
July 8th and 9th. Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to come back after the season's done and give us an update on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let us know how everything went and all that jazz. And heck yeah, buddy. Yeah, we look forward to it. But good luck with everything.
Honestly, Tim, I appreciate you giving me the time of day when I messaged you about being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
I've been struggling, like I said, I've been struggling trying to find a way to expand my brand into the States. And I've just been really focusing on trying to keep the product legit. Right. You know what I mean?
That's why we're here, to help fellow miners and prospectors.
Hopefully it'll give you a jump start here.
Oh, got you a few subscribers. Right? You probably got more than we did tonight.
That's good.
But Shane, thank you, brother. Like I said, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, and with the best of luck. And like I said, keep us posted, buddy. And you take care. Be safe out there.
I will. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yep. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Shane.
Everybody.
Very welcome. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
We'll see you, Shane. All right, Shane Wright. He's a good guest. He's got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Be interesting to try some of his pay dirt.
Yeah, you have to get you some.
Yep.
Could even review it for him.
Yep.
I wonder if he knows Darcy Cooper.
No, I don't know. We should have.
He's up in BC too.
He is up in BC. Yep.
That's one person I I really enjoyed watching his videos.
I haven't seen any in any
I
years.
haven't seen none in forever.
5-6 years.
Since he did that like movie thing, that was the last thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like what 2 or 3 seasons with his son and his dog, and man, then I don't know if he got real big or
I don't know if he got or just got busy. You know? I think he just gets super
Well, he
busy.
was running a wash plant and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, he's just a busy man. Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Jaron, Jaron, did we get any subscribers?
I was not even paying attention.
Probably not. I'm gonna say nope. But at least you got
Well,
Shane.
the last time I actually looked that I could recall was like 3 weeks ago or something. We were at like 677. Now we're at 706.
Oh wow.
Oh.
We picked up a few. Thank you guys. Remember, if you are listening, go ahead on over to our YouTube channel at Prospector Radio and subscribe. You know, you
yeah.
don't have to watch us if you don't want, but at least subscribe and give us some decent numbers. Get us out of the triple digits. Give us 1,000 would be nice. Yeah.
But then he had what, 5,500 and
How many, Dan? You had it was something like
5,880.
excuse me, guys. Sorry. Man, crazy. But yeah, he was a good guest. We wish him the best of luck and we would thank him for coming on. And next week is the end of the month, right, Jaron?
That it is.
That it
We
is.
have, end of the month, pay it forward. John Hunt is going to do a gemstone bag.
Right. And are we doing open mic night?
Yeah, we have no guest booked.
Okay. So next Sunday is the open mic night for all the members to come and hang out with us here. And then we got the pay it forward from this month from John Hunt. So that'll be cool. Gemstone bag. Oh, Ray said he thinks we got 2 subscribers tonight. Awesome. Thank you, whoever subscribed. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
And speaking of open lines, Tuesday's Flash in Your Pan is open line Tuesday.
Oh, open line Tuesday over at Ed's place too. That's cool. It's open line.
I heard Ray had some business or whatever.
Let's say hi.
Ray had some visitors.
Ray had some business
Visitors.
visitors. I don't know.
Yeah, I seen on Facebook, I believe some Mark guy must have been up to see Ray, and Ray helped him build a. I don't know if it was a type of dredge or something or whatever. He went out prospecting with him or something.
Really? Oh, well, very
Yeah, that Ray can build anything.
Ray is a machine.
He is, man. He can make anything.
Yeah, I seen something on Facebook where some Mark guy was up there seeing Ray and hanging out with him for a little bit.
I did not see that.
Yeah, they were getting about 10 grams a day or so.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I seen the one of like 8.8 grams.
Wow.
Yeah, he said he had a blast all week, Rich.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's sweet days. 8
Yeah.
grams a day. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
No.
Not when it's what, $40-some a gram, almost 50.
Yeah, at
It's
least.
like 60, almost $61 a gram.
Oh, wow.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad day.
Yeah, to get 8 grams. Heck yeah.
$500 a day in gold. Heck yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
That's a sweet day.
One thing you got to factor in is the gold there is only like 17 karat or less.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but still,
And that gold is so small.
don't burst our bubble, Jaron. It's still
yeah. Don't be that guy, Jaron.
Yeah.
You gotta get twice or 3 times so much to make it because it's so small. But it's good.
Yeah, but still, it's still cool. Way to go, guys! Heck yeah, beach gold. Yeah.
No kidding. I'll tell you what.
And
I
he
mean,
said 6 week total was 2.45 ounces.
wow.
That's pretty nice,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But with what they spent, they still lost money. Well, because everything's so dang expensive down there, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Probably because he went and had them great big donuts.
Probably. They're probably about $30 a piece. Right,
I
Dan?
tell you what, one of them donuts would feed a family of 8.
See?
Oh, they have what, the big donuts.
Oh gosh, the biggest donuts I've ever seen.
Size of a cake.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I thought he said Ray just corrected himself. It wasn't 6 week total, it was 6 days.
6.
Holy
Wait,
cow.
wait, wait. Holy moly. So you got 2.45 ounces in 6 days?
Wow.
Yeah, the one clean out they were showing us, he got 10 grams that day.
I think the one I seen was 8.8.
Ray, it's time for you to get back out there and hit the beach, brother.
No kidding.
You know? I mean, holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty darn good. That's real good.
Yeah.
Man. Very good. Airline
Yeah, it cost him airline ticket,
Pump.
and they built it out of plywood.
plywood. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen the picture of it. It had like looked like two canoes with a platform on it. And
I can only imagine how much a sheet of plywood costs down there. Yeah.
Over $200.
Hottest day was 15.4 degrees. Or is that, wait, hottest day was 15.4. Is that 15.4 grams? Is
4 grams.
that what it
Yeah.
was, Darren? 8.8 first day. Wow. Hey, that's pretty good. They killed it.
Holy cow. Was he using those poo-poo mats?
I have no clue. What mats were they using, Ray?
Poo-poo mats.
What's poo-poo mats? Oh, you dog.
Well, I can tell you this, they did the cleanup at Ray's house.
So they used the most
And-
amazing mats they
and
made.
he loved the Gold Hog. He was very impressed.
Heck yeah, that's the most amazing mats out there, the Gold Hog mats. So I'm sure they used Gold Hog mats, didn't they? Tell me they did. I know they used the Gold Hog cleanup sloughs, didn't they?
yeah,
And he made it very clear he was not impressed with another one that people like.
Yeah.
it was-
Well, that's all I'll say.
All right. All right. We won't repeat what he just put in the chat room. We won't do that. Nope. But heck, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. But that was a good show. We want to one more time. Let's thank Shane Wright for coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Hey.
Right. And thank all of our
Yeah.
listeners.
Thanks, Shane, and any of the people that might have came in tonight to watch him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Support.
all of our YouTube watchers and listeners, thank you. All the people over there on Gold Prospector Space, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. And don't forget to be here Wednesday for West Coast Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Till then, I guess we're out of here.
Thanks for listening.
Dennis,
Good night, go diggers.
good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
As soon as I find my outro.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.